One of my most popular videos is my SS4 versus SSG video, which the entire point of that video was to get across is how fucking pointless debating this topic was. Because any additional extrapolation of the information, and you would wander into the realm of useless fucking headcanon. Not that it actually stopped anyone from fucking arguing about it. In fact, I have lost count of the number of comments I've gotten of people arguing back and forth over which one they think is stronger and their bullshit reasons for believing it. So I figured, fuck it. I'm gonna put in my 2 cents and give my worthless fucking headcanon. Since the time that I've released my SS4 vs SSG video, a new piece of information has been revealed that has made this topic worth bringing back up. That being that Beerus was using 10% of his power against Rage Boosted Vegeta. This is a pretty important piece of information since it actually gives us a ballpark average of how strong Beerus actually is. Beerus states that it's been a long time since he's used 10% of his full power, and pretty much everyone agrees that he means that Vegeta is the only one that he used that 10% on. I argue that he was probably using 10% the entire time, or at very least on Goku as well. My reason being that based on past events where we knew the difference in power between characters, and viewing the various feats they displayed, we're able to get an idea of how much power is needed to straight up overwhelm a fighter. Considering Vegeta was able to tank a hit from Beerus and land some of his own, I would put Vegeta about 3/4 of Beerus at 10%. Which I'd say is pretty fair based on Vegeta's display of power. With Goku, it was a one-sided fight with Beerus handing Goku his ass like a bitch, which would probably put Goku at about 1/4 of the power Beerus was using against him. Now if Beerus was using 10% on both, that would mean Vegeta would need to reach a 12 times multiplier just to reach that 3/4 level of power. And that's pretty fucking nuts. Even Gohan at his most raged out never had an increase that big. You know, Gohan. The character's actually fucking known for having rage boosts, and if Beerus were using even less against Goku, that means Vegeta would have needed an even higher boost in power, which is even fucking crazier. So I've chosen to interpret the 10% line as Vegeta was the first one in a long time to require using that much power, where with Goku, it wasn't needed, it was just straight up overkill. Now, Toriyama stated in an interview that if he were to rank God Goku and Beerus, that Goku would be a 6 and Beerus would be a 10. So for Goku to go from 2.5% of Beerus' full power to 60%, he would need a multiplier of 24 times. If we lowball Goku a little bit more, we can get a good solid 25% multiplier. Now on to GT. As I pointed out in my original video on this topic, the battle between Baby and Goku plays out pretty much the same as the one between Beerus and Goku, but based on how their fights played out, I'd say the power gap between Goku and Baby seems to be smaller than the power gap between Goku and Beerus. So I'm going to place Goku at 1/3 of Baby's full power. After Goku reaches Super Saiyan 4, Baby transforms into an Uzaru, which gives him a 10 times boost in power, and this only puts him on par with SS4 Goku. So for Goku to go from getting his shit kicked in at SS3 by Super Baby, to being on par with Uzaru Baby, he would have needed at least a whopping 30 times multiplier. So yeah, there's my personal stance on the SSG versus SS4 debate, with Super Saiyan 4 having the multiplier of 30 times SS3, or a ridiculous 12,000 times base 4 multiplier, and Super Saiyan God having a multiplier of about 25 times SS3, or the slightly less ridiculous 10,000 times base form, with Super Saiyan 4 clearly being the more powerful transformation. So there you have it. SS4, in my not-so-humble opinion, is the stronger of the two transformations. And before you start lambasting me with your 10-paragraph comments about how fucking wrong I am, just keep in mind that this video was nothing but a worthless fucking headcanon.